I'm going to warn you, the following video is not one that I am thrilled about having to make. I would love to just continue working on some upcoming critiques, but I find myself pushed to make this video, and I'll explain why. I make gaming critiques and video essays. I love what I do, and I love that so many other people also love what I do, and it's done in response to a very real hole that's in the industry right now. Most gaming content is comprised of remarkably immature 21-year-olds screaming into a microphone while playing Fortnite, or blue-haired females reading off of a teleprompter as their cups runneth over. There's no passion or soul behind any of it. It's all very formulaic and mechanical. It's gaming content for the sake of gaming content. There's no care, no love, it's just there. And this shouldn't bug me, but it does, mainly because I know what passionate content looks like. There are creators out there who do care and would continue making videos for years even if they couldn't financially justify it, and I'd like to consider myself one of those people. I've been making these videos for years, and I've loved making every single one of them. However, I am at a pivotal point in my life. Let me explain. As many of you know, I'm currently a student who works full-time at a large electronics store as their Sony home theater expert. I've also been studying business administration part-time in addition to this, and it has left very little time for working on videos, let alone personal things like time with friends and family. But I have managed to upload more critiques than ever before. This fall, however, I'm going to be going full-time to Colorado State University to finish my degree, and this is something that will inevitably consume ample amounts of my time, especially when considering the fact that they will all be higher-level classes that are far more demanding than those that I've taken thus far. All of this to say, the time is fast approaching when I may indeed run out of time to work on content for the channel. Now, don't get me wrong, I will still upload when I can, and I'll work on things when I can manage it, but the time frame will become greatly lengthened. For example, a highly detailed critique like the one that I did for The Witcher 3 takes roughly 2 months to make. It's comprised of playing through the game usually twice while taking notes, filming, and cataloging all of the footage, so roughly 120 hours of work right there. And then there's scripting, which can take 10 to 20 hours of work when you consider editing time and revising, so then we're up to 140 hours, and we still have to add in about 10 hours of editing and uploading time, and so all told, we're looking at about 150 hours worth of work, and when you consider that a normal full work week is about 40 hours, we're looking at just under a month to finish it. However, while working full-time and going to school, I'm usually left with only 20 hours each week to work on it. My concern, of course, being that once we reach the fall and my time is heavily consumed by schoolwork, that 20 hours a week could possibly drop to 10 or 5 or maybe even less than that depending on the class load and time of year. This means that these long-form critiques wouldn't take a matter of weeks to complete but could take an entire semester to get through one of them, a time frame which, needless to say, is highly inefficient and very frustrating for everybody involved. But it doesn't have to be like this, and that's what this whole video is about. My dream has always been to get to the point where this can be my job, where I can work on videos all day, every day, and not have to worry about paying rent or being able to eat. And today, thanks to all of you, we're closer to that dream becoming a reality than ever, but we still have a long way to go. Basically, a YouTuber can make a living in 3 ways, and usually it's a combination of each of them, and they are ads, merchandise, and donations. Ads are completely contingent on the volume of viewership and the mood of the YouTube algorithm that day. If the YouTube gods decide to deem your video non-advertiser friendly, you're just screwed. It's incredibly volatile, and it simply isn't a reliable form of income until you get into the hundreds of thousands of active viewers. Merchandise is also unreliable and is very expensive to get up and going, as it requires a firm infrastructure built up before it can even be employed. And so lastly, we come to donations, the support of the community. If the community likes what you're doing, and if they want more of it, they can choose to sponsor more of it. And this is where the discussion has all been headed. Patreon. The unfortunate reality is that most good things in life need money to jumpstart them, and YouTube is no different. If we can reach any of the fundraising goals that I've set up, I'll be able to begin work on the complete analysis and critiques of the Elder Scrolls games, beginning with Morrowind, and also of the entire Fallout franchise, beginning with the original games. I'll be able to go back and make an ultimate critique for Persona 5 and other massive games that have previously simply been too ambitious to tackle. I can't make these videos unless I have the time, but with your help, I can. Effectively, this would also mean that I'd be able to go from working full-time at that electronics store, perhaps to part-time, or even quitting that job altogether to be able to focus on YouTube full-time. And if that's what we could do, we'd be able to put out more content than ever before. As always, it is up to you. You can give $1 to help keep the channel going, or you can close out of the video and move on to something else. And to be honest, I wouldn't blame you if you did. But if you can find it in you somewhere to give anything to help the channel to continue and grow, I would be eternally grateful. Now, the point of this video is not to beg for money or to grovel and growl asking you for anything that you can drum up. It's simply to inform you of the situation and to let you know the only solution that I can foresee. YouTube is simply a tough business, and it's getting harder and harder for smaller YouTubers like me to survive on the platform every single day. However, with your help, I believe we could get a firm foundation laid and be able to create better content than ever before. At the very least, all I ask is that you go to the link in the description below and read through the Patreon page, see what it has to offer, and if you can find it in you to donate to the channel, I would be incredibly grateful. And so at the end of it all, I leave it up to you. Thank you for listening, thank you for watching, I love you all, and I'll see you in the next video.